Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live! What the fuck is up, gentlemen?
Yo!
All right, boys, how you doing?
I'm sorry, Walter. I saw that gang membership finger locking. I'm not comfortable with that, sir. We're not gang affiliated here on the theater.
I'll give you one of those. It's the best I can do. That's all I know.
What ice house are you
guys.
drinking, Walt? Is that normal?
Ice house should be illegal.
Oh shit!
Hey, I used to. So Walter, I'm give big props to you for drinking that. You're a tough dude because that stuff tastes terrible, man. I used to be drinking that in high school, dude.
Same, us too.
Like we thought it was like cool.
No, there's two things of Ice House. There's Ice House Edge that knocked me out Wednesday night.
like you like knew the day.
And then wake up the next day until 8 o'clock that morning.
Oh my goodness, man! Ice House
Yeah.
Edge. What is it like? Just a higher alcohol?
It's a higher alcohol content.
So
The
it's like
same thing. If you
regular
ordered-
Ice House is like a 19%, and Ice House Edge is like a 22.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, you know what else? I'm gonna shock your audience here, Nick, with this one. I drank some 40-ounce bottles with a buddy of mine that passed away months ago. It was some Corona.
Like a Corona 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit knocks you out, man. And it's like, what the fuck?
It's just a
Yeah, I mean,
container,
drink a
man. I mean, it's like I'll
whole
drink these. They got these cans. Like in certain occasions, I'll get a 2x4. You know, and like you just crush them like they're a 12-ounce can. You know, I think that's the thing, man.
That's
it's
3 beers, Walt.
Yeah, and the thing of it is with Corona,
Be right back, guys.
you know, it's not American made. But damn, them 340 knocked me on my ass. I'm like, damn, that's a first.
When Ice House first came out, the other beer that I used to drink that came out at the same time was motherfucking Red Dog.
Yeah.
I had a discussion there about that. I bought a 24-pack back in 2003. And therefore, another thing that made a little bit of a run that came on back about a year ago, and you probably guys don't see it, Zima.
Zima came
I
back?
saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zima came back.
Man, we used to beat up the kids that drank Zima in high school. I got so drunk off Red Dog. I'd never had a tattoo, never had nothing. I'm 18 years old. And I went to this shady tattoo studio and I still had a bottle with me. And I finished it walking in. I put the bottle down. I said, I want this logo on this arm. And he did it. And it was such a horrible tattoo studio that within a year and a half, the whole thing just faded. It just went away. It was so bad. I don't even remember getting it until the next day I woke up. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I had the Red Dog right here.
I'm
And
gonna be doing fucking the Spider-Man for my birthday.
nice.
Walt, you know that Patrick Gleason cover with him done in like spider webs?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to go above my Venom.
Holy
So-
shit.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
when you look down at the arm, the Spider-Man will be coming up towards my shoulder. And then
I've got
I'm gonna get a
Tattoos
half-
up and down, my arms, and those, they didn't hurt. The inside of my arm here, that hurt like a motherfucker. But on the outside of the arms, I can almost fall asleep while getting it done. Now the hand, I have to imagine, has to hurt like hell.
It's not pleasant. The worst part is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just this area right here at the edge. And I actually probably had it easier than a lot of people because I have a lot of scar tissue here from breaking this finger all the time
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Which finger was that? The middle finger?
No, my fucking
He's
pinky.
flipping everyone off all the damn time, man.
fucking pinky for boxer fractures.
Yeah. I've had a few of those
Yeah,
for kickboxing.
yeah. Dude, yeah, this is as straight as that pinky goes, man. Just dumb shit, dude.
Yeah, same thing here, man. I didn't even realize I bent it. I never paid much attention there to it. There's things, and it was from working. A lot of jobs I work, I played basketball, played football. I didn't realize I did certain things to my bones, like my fingers, my toes. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
how the hell did this happen?
It's like
Right?
especially if you're like just like a young buck and you're not gonna like go to the fucking doctor for that
Yeah.
shit.
For
You know
a
what I mean?
finger or a
Just
toe?
get-
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, not until you're in your 30s and 40s. And
You
it's
tape
all
it up to the
Well,
one
it's
next to it.
different.
You tape it up to the one
Yeah.
next to it, and you move on with your life.
Dude, Walter, I gotta amend something I said a few minutes. I was dogging Ice House, and I had it mixed up with another beer. Ice House is not terrible. I remember like we used to be able to get like a 30 pack for like $10.99, like something stupid. There's Ice House, and there's like the black can, which I don't remember what that was called.
Keystone Ice.
Huh? Oh,
That was
one. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, Ice House was
Natty Ice.
No, it was something Ice House, I remember. But the one I was thinking of, Walter, when I was saying it was terrible, was Steel Reserve. You ever had Steel Reserve?
Oh, hell yeah. I can't, you know what? I can't drink the beer of that, but I could drink the flavor like the
I never had the
berry
flavored one.
They got berry, strawberry, watermelon, pineapple. That shit knocked me out.
Wait, they have berry and strawberry?
Yeah. It
So
knocked
what's
me
this
out.
generic berry? Is it like a raspberry?
My girl buddy
That's
from
funny.
Detroit, she does her brats in Steel Reserve.
Brats?
Yeah.
Like bratwurst? Okay.
I just-
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Bro,
You're drowning
my bad.
brats.
Yeah.
We would
Her
do
brat
that.
dolls.
Oh my god, dude, call CPS, man. This isn't okay. I don't know where she's from, but no, that was yeah, that one, man, I would drink that and I'd have to like choke it down. I've never had the flavored one, and I don't know, I can't imagine the situation where I would try it, right? But like I would, if one was put in front of me, I'd drink it. You know, I drink a Steel Reserve now, just like I'm older, you know, and just see how it is. But yeah, that stuff, man, tough. I can't describe what it tastes like. I mean, like honestly, if you know, if I'm just in a writing a review and I'm on a time crunch, poison. Shit tastes like poison. Like what I would imagine just poison to taste like.
Like back in the day, like St. Ides was.
I
Hey,
love Ides,
Yeah,
baby.
Ides.
I love Ides.
Especially when they started coming out with the flavored 40s.
Yeah, they had that
Those-
crooked eye, baby. That's what we called it, the crooked eye.
Hey.
We drink Old English too. Old English and Old English.
Old English, yeah.
1800s.
Old English. I'll
was
drink
my
that
first
today.
40.
I'll drink
Yeah.
Old English today.
I loved Old English. It was my go-to. And my
Wait a
buddy.
minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this live right now. Them two beers were meant for the hood. I never knew white dudes was drinking that shit. What?
Yeah. I spent considerable time in the hood, man. So
Yeah.
I was one in my high school. It was like 80-20. I was one of the 20. You know what I mean? So
Same
it was
here.
like-
That's just where I grew up. It was just normal.
Yeah.
You know, my buddy, when I was 15, got me drunk off Mad Dog 2020.
Yes.
You never
That
heard of
was
that
all
shit?
first
Mad
stuff.
Dog 2020. It was the poor man's hypnotic, right?
It
But-
was.
Yo,
And it
that
was
was-
that. And it was.
When you smoked that blunt after that, which was the weed
Yep.
and shit. And here's the thing to all the listeners that's going to listen in. I remember it was 92 or 93. when Redman's first album, What the Album, came on out. Not one of his greatest albums ever. And I still have the CD to this day. It tells you it's a song in there, How to Roll a Blunt. My God. You had to have that. You had to have the St. Ides or OE or the 2020 Mad Dog. Or, what the fuck was the other one?
You could do a Wild Irish Rose too.
Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah.
You could do it that too.
Yep.
But the first time I got drunk was these kids. I was 18, and these kids.
You were 8, so Nick, that's late, man.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
Yeah,
Wait,
fuck, we were
real
I
quick.
didn't-
Yeah, Walter? How old were you the first time you got drunk?
Oh, man.
He's like 9.
9 today. So it had to be 16 or 17.
Okay, so that to me is late
That's
as
still
well.
late, too.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
I was
I was
13.
smoking weed. I was
13,
smoking
yeah.
weed since I was 14.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
well, yeah, that makes
But like,
I mean-
alcohol, not till I was 18. And the first time I ever got drunk, these kids told me that it was a drink that everybody was drinking at school, and if you didn't drink this shit,
You were gay.
you were gay.
dude. Hey.
No girls were gonna
It was
love
the
you.
90s. Relax, guys.
That's what the
okay.
90s. It was okay.
Well, no, hey, I tell you what started it all off, though. I mean,
Well, hold
Okay.
on.
Say it,
Let me
Dave.
finish
Not
my
okay to be
story,
gay.
Walt. Goddamn.
no, I'm getting ready to go there with this. You gotta remember, in 1988, when NWA came on out, that shit with the 40 ounce and all that shit.
Walt, I'm about
then-
to mute your motherfucking ass.
I know you get ready to do it. But let me throw this out here. 1992, when that Chronic album came on out, motherfuckers were fucking fucking smoking chronic weed and drinking. Tangeray, I kept thinking that was on the back of my mind.
Hooray.
Tangeray kept
Okay.
fucking.
Pine needles.
Never.
So they told me that this was a real drink, and they were fucking lying. They said it was because it was called a dog driver. So vodka, Mad Dog 2020, and orange juice.
Oh, dude, I would drink that.
Oh.
Man.
I was
Wow.
pounding those and a 40 of OE.
You drink those now, but as
No.
a first time drinker, you don't drink that for your first time.
Yeah, rest in peace. I would have. What'd you say, Nick? So, Mad Dog, orange juice, and just vodka.
Vodka.
I mean, just like so, like if you like seriously, like if as an adult, if I was like gonna have a function like that, where like maybe we're doing shots or something, or there's like a cooler, I would just do like a Grey Goose, like a good vodka, and then actually get Hypnotic, and then just orange juice. I think that would be like not bad, man. Like that'd be like I feel like that'd be like a fun like summer drink.
Yeah. We used to
Because my ass couldn't handle rail vodka, Mad Dog 2020.
Like 5 o'clock.
Which type of orange juice?
I'll tell you, man. With that fucking first time in Chicago, boy, that was goose and cracking. It was
Goose.
Raul
I mean, dude,
was
Grey
counting,
Goose is
baby.
it's good. I mean, it's I remember
That was like
last time I
24
had that-
shots in an hour.
well, so like that's one. Well, and I guess it depends because I'm like I don't know. I'm a small dude, but I can drink. I can drink beer. I can drink certain things. If I drink like whiskey, I'm just gonna black out and make a fool of myself. But like vodka, man, I could drink it all day and all night. Like, and Grey Goose, one of those things like you don't even get a hangover.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're not doing shots of it, like if you're just like drinking, like if I'm at a wedding and it's like an all day, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. type thing, I can do like Grey Goose and tonics and just one after the other, and I'm good the next day, and because you get what you pay for with liquor in that way.
Yeah.
Because that cheap shit does take a toll, and when you're younger, you can do it and wake up. But man, I'll tell you there's nothing worse. I've been plenty of times hungover, had to go to work the next day, open the bar, whatever. But like being hungover, like if you're an adult, and it's only happened to me a few times, because not that I don't drink and party, but like I just know what to steer clear of. But there's been a few times, blacked out. Wake up at fucking 6 a.m. and I got to get up with my kids at home. That's the worst. That's worse than anything, man. Because at least opening up the bar, like when I was in college and stuff, what you could do? You just keep drinking. and it's
you are a bartender, Sam, for real?
I was in college, yeah. Not anymore. I was in college, so I would just go and I'd be like, all right, let me just I would use like a cherry bomb, like cherry vodka and Red Bull. And one every 30 minutes, one every hour, just to like coast through and just get me through it, man. And I would just fucking work my ass off, dude, and just make a shit ton of money and not die.
That's how I got through that second fucking Chicago TFCon, man. Fucking when we were at
you
that
gotta get
Natty
back
Shack
on the horse,
place,
man.
fucking
Gotta get back on the
and Red Bull, baby. Bang.
It depends. If you're at something like that,
It's vodka and it's Red Bull and Jägermeister.
Oh,
yeah,
Let's see if I
baby.
can turn this over.
I can't do the Red Bull, man. I can't do it.
Dude, that's awesome. Hey, they did a good job of that, man.
So-
Imagine loving Jaeger that much, dude.
So let me just a brief story.
That was my shit back in the day, man. That was what I was. If I was gonna do shots or something, anytime someone said you want to do a shot, I said I'll do Jaeger. That was the only thing I would do.
I played in
I
a
couldn't do it.
band like around town. We played. We ended up playing opening for a lot of big bands like Drowning Pool and Crossfade and Soil and Dope and all kinds of stuff. But while we were playing, I got hooked on these Jaeger bomb shots, and we had this gimmick where we would cover the song from Type O Negative, Black Number One, and I had this thing that I did where I put my foot underneath the monitor and I'd spin around with the guitar, and I do the intro, the do 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 do, and I put my head back, and the waitress would pour 6 Jaeger shots down my throat as I'm playing. I got so bad at the end of one night, I'm just holding my head up trying to play, and our keyboardist walked over and flipped off my fucking amp so they couldn't hear it. I could just all I wanted, but for about 4 years while we were playing music around here, man, I can't remember how much I've missed out on. I don't remember because of those goddamn Jaeger bombs. And they ended up calling me Jaeger Dave going forward. That was the stage name that I had was Jaeger Dave.
That's funny, man. Yeah, that was like one of those things, man. I could just drink the shit out of it, dude. I mean, now I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine doing that. My body would be a wreck. But yeah, it's funny. We were at one of my kids' baseball tournaments, and it was like late in the day. It was like one of the last couple of games. And we're Jackie and I were trading back and forth with like who's at home with the kids, and then family member said, hey, we'll stay with the young kids if you want to go. So I'm on my way up there, and Jackie's like, hey, are you gonna bring beer up here? I was like, well, I didn't plan on it. No, like are you allowed to do that, basically? And she's like, yeah, there's like a couple other people. I said, well, hey, okay. And I had my cooler in the car. And I just went to Walmart and just went nuts, dude. And like I got like shit for me to drink, and then I just got like a couple samplers because I knew there was other people there. And I pull up, man, and nobody else is really drinking like it was like with our crew. And I was like, guys, it's fucking party time. Come on, let's go. Like I was, and like context, like I'm on summer break. I'm in vacation mode until the middle of August, and then I'll just not do anything differently. So we go up there, and I'm like, oh yeah, everyone have a beer, and then like everyone's just kicking back and partying. And there's one lady, she's like, oh man, she'd gone to a Ludacris concert the night before, Walt. And she's like, oh, I'm hungover. I said, look, man, you can feel like shit, or you can get back on the horse. And I said, I know what I'd do. And then she
dude.
And I ended up leaving. We left. They took second place, and I had 2 beers left in the cooler, man.
Nice.
So it was fun, dude. Everybody had fun, and I think everybody made it home okay.
Hey, I go one. I can go one. This is like late 92 and then 93.
Walter, you need to write a memoir, dude.
Oh, dude, no. I could actually say I fucked a porn star. Or before
I did too.
I can say that shit.
I'll tell you her
I
name.
could actually say that shit.
I did too, man. I did too.
Cut up for TikTok,
Dave, who was it?
Her name was Maria, but she changed her name to Claudia Marie. That's how I knew.
My girl her name was Mandy, and she changed her name to Alexis Monroe.
Yeah.
And she's from my town, and she was a bar hangout.
Dave, yeah, I know who that is, dude. Crazy.
And
we don't know each other.
No, she was a sweet girl, but she was a bar hangout, and it's not really a brag to say I did, because there's probably 30 or 40 other guys I could bring on the set. Yeah, me too.
Walt probably did.
No, I was 16 and she was 23 at the time. I didn't give a fuck.
We're not talk about that now.
I was 30 and she was 22, so mine was a little different. We were well above 18.
Dude, I didn't give a fuck. That's basically what it was from my area. Who is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know who that is. Man.
Who the hell they are called sheets?
You're talking because you haven't.
Randy Hammer, don't go nowhere. We need that kind of interaction.
What the hell? What the hell is Randy? What the hell? Never mind. I
love you.
But anyway, well, here's the thing to what Sam was saying there too. Back when clubs were good, and I was still in high school. The club we went here through was all called Club Levis's Riviera. That's the Bulls won their couple of championships. The greatest thing I saw was Redman there. They had Ice Cube. Chuck D was there, which was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, the hip hop effect was like taking, then when you got motherfuckers was out here smoking when that Chronic album, man, when I had the first hit of marijuana, it was the sweetest thing ever.
Yep.
That Tanqueray kicked my ass, man. I don't even. Is that still out there? Is Tanqueray still out there?
Oh yeah, that's a British thing. Yeah, well, I guess like an Indian thing, Indian British.
Yeah, that Tanqueray, man, dude. I remember one night.
Tanqueray's great. It's great.
It's just gin, right?
Yeah, it's just pine needles. That's all it is.
Yeah, Tanqueray,
gin and tonic.
Mad Dog. Man, that OE and that St. Ives and that Old English had me shitting. I had the shits. It fucked up my stomach, man.
Nothing worse than having the shits in a club.
You gotta be a brave dude. So like we would when it would be like when I was bartending, there'd be like Thursday nights was like that was always the big like going out night for like all the college kids, and we'd like, you know, like clear out all the tables. It'd be like a dance floor, and it would be like that club kind of atmosphere. And there'd always be like one person a night who I'd always like just go in the bathroom, just check, make sure no one's like fighting or whatever, and be like, man, someone's taking a shit. Like, and like that's crazy to me. Like taking a shit in the club.
Yo, so did you guys go through a nasty shot phase?
What do you mean? Like just nasty and like just
Like,
drinking gross things? Like
yeah, because like
man, I don't know. Like not intentional.
Stupid shit like liquid cocaines.
No.
What?
Yeah,
I don't think I did anything like that. I mean, we did a lot of
brain farts.
No, I did a lot of real cocaine, but no liquid cocaine.
But
never to this day. Hopefully, I never do.
Just a service announcement. 1 sec, Nick. I'm sorry. Nobody do cocaine anymore. It's full of fentanyl. Just leave it alone.
Oh yeah,
don't
dude.
I've never done it, so I ain't trying to do that shit.
Don't touch it anymore.
Man, that's crazy, man.
It's all you're getting. You're storing fentanyl and you're keeling over. That's it. So
Wait, what they're doing now with the cocaine? They're putting fentanyl into it now.
they cut it because
Dude,
fentanyl is like
in everything.
exactly, yeah. And they cut it because it's so cheap. You'll get like 10% cocaine, 40% fentanyl, 20% caffeine, so that it still spikes you up. But after a couple lines, you're taking pure ass fentanyl to the fucking head, and you're done. That's over.
Yeah, dude. You just
They're
drop.
Woo!
Man, fuck
No
that.
joke, man. That is no
That's
joke.
Narcan time.
Yep.
Nick, we did I would do a lot of like Irish car bombs. They're not like nasty, but like those that would tear me up because they're good. Like they're not like gross, but they have it's whiskey. It's part whiskey. So like I would have to be like, all right, I can have like 2 and then that's it, man.
Gorilla farts.
What's in that?
I forget. I think
don't know
it's like
that.
Sambuca and shit. I'll look it up.
just Sambuca.
Yeah.
Sambuca's in a bunch of stuff though.
Yeah, see, okay, cool. Oh no, it's something worse.
No, I don't think I ever drank it. I mean, Boilermakers are probably the worst.
Oh, it's
Boilermakers are the best.
That's what it is. Okay, this one, the Gorilla Fart, that's why I hate it. It was 150, a half ounce of 151 and a half ounce of turkey.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Terrible.
That sounds like that's all you Gorilla Fart. That sounds like death in a fucking jar.
Sounds like you're just gonna vomit.
What was liquid cocaine? Because that one was fun. Because it looked weird.
Walter just died thinking about it.
I've never done it. I don't even want to do it.
I haven't drank or done anything in almost 15 years, man. I'm not going back.
It's too sweet. This is wrong. That's not the
too
right
sweet.
recipe.
That sounds like car fuel.
Dave, you got kids, man?
2 daughters, both in college right now.
Okay. Well,
way away from me, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. Well, happy Father's Day, guys.
Thank you. You all too. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank
Raven,
you.
Katie, Daddy loves you.
Yeah, that's the most, if you're a dad, that's the most important thing you'll ever do. Walter, I'm sure you got a couple kids floating around out there.
No, I got one. She's out in Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, that's another
Father's
game.
Day, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been watching Smosh, and they do like
Smosh, like the old YouTube dudes.
Yeah.
So I've never seen that, but I remember like this was back in like 2010. My nephews were young bucks at the time. They would always watch that. And I never knew what it was. But I think they were like early into like the YouTuber.
Yeah.
Like that was like early YouTuber.
There's a
like
Maury board game.
Like Maury Povich.
Yes. Where your goal is to not be the father.
That's hard, man.
And you can play cards like,
Nice.
yeah, but I pay for all the diapers and shit like that. Like, yeah. And so, like, you get fucking popular, and then, like, certain things.
With the crowd?
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important, man.
That's fucking great. That's great.
Oh, shit.
I do feel like generally they're like, they always want the dad to not, or like the dude in question to not be the father. I feel like that's all. Whenever that is the case, and they're like, you are not the father, then it's always like, oh, dude, not vindicated in a way. I was like, these fucking, what do you call them? Suck you by, man. Just trying to suck the life out of these poor dudes who probably have like 6 baby moms. I will say, man, and not anything against anybody, but like there's days when I wake up and I'm just like, thank God I don't have just like some random ass baby mom out there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and again, if that's your situation, I'm not dogging that or anything. Like I feel for you. Like that must be.
No, don't feel for me. Say, wait. Don't feel for me because I had a strange. I do believe I have another kid out there, but don't feel there for me.
Yeah, Walt says, "Don't cry for me, Argentina."
The
That's right.
only accurate thing,
somebody-
guy,
yeah.
can say, like if someone asks a guy, "Do you have any kids?" I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's only fair if you've been, running around a
I
little
mean,
bit.
yeah. Well, as I said, I have my own,
Yeah.
and it's with my wife. Luckily,
Yeah.
my
Both
wife
of mine
is-
are with my ex
is
too.
incredible. Yeah, and it's
That I know of. I should.
But just like what I was gonna say, like the fact that I don't just have any randoms or don't have it's just through the grace of God, like somebody had to have been
Yeah.
looking out for me and made sure I was in a good situation, which I know is unique. But I mean, I had someone very close to me find out in their early 50s that they had a kid out there, just a fully adult kid from some goofing around they did in the mid 90s, man.
I'm waiting for that day where there's a knock at my door. Hi, Dad. Oh, fuck. I'm waiting for that
had
day
a
because I
scare,
fucked around a
like,
lot in the
back
90s.
in the day.
Yeah.
And like when you had to get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yes.
No
Back when
shit, man. What happened,
Back
dude?
when I was a teenager, I had to get a lawyer.
It was with Kate. No,
No, I fought it. I gave my DNA, and thankfully it was not mine.
You beat the case?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. You should have been on Mari. What are you doing?
Should have made some money instead of having to pay
right.
all that fucking money out.
Dude, I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, imagine getting roped into that. You're paying child support, or even if it's
Yeah.
like, even if you don't go through like the legal system, you're helping out here and there, and then the whole time it's not your fucking kid, dude. So like, I feel like you did what you did. That's
Yeah.
a good trade off. It's a trade off for sure, but
The
good
money
trade-off.
part, paying for things, money part's one thing. Getting attached to that kid and then 3
Yeah.
or 4 years later realizing it's not yours. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah,
do
and
you
then
do?
what do you
shit,
do,
because
man?
I
You know?
am like a fucking housewife, so I will sit in bed and I will eat fucking like chocolate covered pretzels and watch fucking paternity court all fucking day.
Yeah. Oh my god, man.
Ah,
Judge Vonda B, baby.
Dude, yeah, I mean, it's just scary stuff, and I think about that, and as my kids get older, man, I'm like, God, just don't knock anybody up, dude, because
Dude, Sam,
Yeah.
listen. This ain't the 90s. This
Listen
ain't
to me.
2000. Dude, your kids are good to go, man. As long as you got them teaching all, listen, they're good. It's just,
dude, my parents, I'm sure, thought the same thing about me, dude, and I was fucking
Mine
everything
didn't.
I
I knew.
could. Never using,
moves.
dude, never using protection, man. Just fucking raw dogging life, bro. And it was,
I got caught probably a good 14 or 15 times with girls in my bed for my mom. I mean, she
Oh,
knew.
my
She was
God.
like, "Oh, it's just a matter of time for I'm a grandma. And this shit's way too early. This shit's way
Yo,
too.
I
You're
was-
15."
Yo, I worked at a call center, and everybody that's ever worked at a call center knows that there's a call center, like town pump, right? Well,
I don't know this. This is new.
No, this is new info. Go on.
Okay, so I was pumping the town pump of the call center, right? Right before I met Kate.
I was gonna say, what's her name? Don't tell me her name was Kate.
No,
Don't talk about the lady that way, dude. I know
It
it's
was-
Father's Day weekend, Nick, but she can hear you.
it wasn't Kate. I
She's in the
swear.
next room.
It was Carrie.
Carrie, what's her last name? Is she on Facebook?
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not.
Get her on the. Get her on the.
No,
Send
I'm
her the
calling her a
StreamYard link.
whore. I'm not gonna put her fucking name out there.
Send her the StreamYard link, man.
We were all whores at one time. Come on. If you're
Yep.
single,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Oh,
Dude, I do.
God.
Everyone goes through the
I ain't
phase.
gonna lie. I'll say it on air. I was a whore. I fucked auntie and her niece. I ain't ashamed to say it.
Well,
You're on-
goddamn. Fucking
Yeah, I was a
penthouse
whore.
and
And
shit.
she was a married woman, and damn, it was that damn good. I didn't give a fuck back then.
Now it wasn't your auntie, was it?
No,
God.
no.
Dude, okay, so Nick, I know you were joking, and I made the same joke, and he didn't hear it. But if he would have, Walter, if you would have said yes, this would have been I would have been very uncomfortable, man.
Yeah, I know that would have been so fucked up.
I'd have been like this in my chair.
No, hell no.
Flick my ass out here. Guys, I'm not feeling too well.
That would have
Oh,
been
fuck,
whiter
dude.
than Scott's fucking peanut butter and mayo.
Dude, I had that piece to the one, but I had them 2 women fighting over me, and therefore about a year or 2 years ago.
He's still gassed up. Walter, what year was this?
This was like 2003, 2004.
20 years later, he's still.
Yeah.
You can tell by his voice. He's
I felt guilty about it because I was raised with morals.
Dude, you thought it was
Back
cool,
in
man.
the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
No, I was 20.
You can be raised with
27.
morals, dude, but it
But
doesn't.
here's the fucked up part. I seen the niece at the church when I went to church there Sunday, and when
Oh,
she saw
God,
me,
Walter,
she started smiling. I'm like, Oh, I was invited to
Oh
the.
shit! Well, you should have hit that again for old time's sake.
You
You
could
know
have done
what?
the
I
family
didn't
tree.
want, man. How do they say? I don't want those hoes. I
You
didn't
let
want
them
them.
hose them out
Motherfucker.
the nose.
What else do you? Yeah, what do you got going? Yeah, just let it rip.
I didn't want
What you
that
gotta
shit.
end up? Well, you know what you gotta say to that, man. Little girl. I love to watch you grow up. Now I'm gonna watch you lay down.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna fucking use that. I'm gonna fucking use that.
Fuck?
Dave, be careful, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know all those old. Oh man, all those old perverts sayings. If there's grass on the field, play ball.
Wait.
Oh, buddy, God, be careful, man. Be careful.
If the roller coaster's broken, there's always the log ride. That's
Okay, yeah. Well, that's better, I think, because you could
That
could
just
say
means-
that, Dave. You could say that to someone who can give legal consent. That
Yeah.
grass on the field bit, man.
I mean, I've never come close to,
No,
being it like,
never.
oh fuck, she's only 15.
I'm just
I-
joking.
I mean,
Yeah,
No.
Joke.
She
I
was
don't think
like,
she was. I'm not saying you were.
no.
I'm
She was
lucky
like,
enough that never happened to me.
no, she was like 29.
Well, this
And I
angle
was
is
27.
uncomfortable.
There it goes.
I've seen that angle on Facebook way too much, brother.
Guys. I was on the other side of that though. When I was 15, 16, 17, I worked in the kitchen.
Oh, dude,
in the
hey,
kitchen.
that's the move, Dave.
Oh my god! And
Oh.
the general manager was a 60-year-old woman, and downstairs in the office, I went at it, and I was only 16, so I don't even know if I was able to consent. But she was
What
No,
state
for
was
six-
it in, man?
Michigan.
I'd have to look.
Wait a minute. He was 16 and she was 61.
61, 62, 63.
Wait,
She was in her 60s.
No,
Was
let's
that your
say this right
first
now.
time, dude?
Some of these older women look fine as fuck right now.
She was.
Dude, yeah.
She absolutely was. I couldn't believe
Even
it.
ever since I was a young buck, dude. Since I was a young buck, like when I'd be looking at porn and shit, it'd always be milfs and moms and all.
Absolutely.
Dude. Never changed because like when I did like this older women, man, because you look at them differently, right?
And like the
Look at 'em
crazy thing
differently.
is,
It's
like now they're our age.
We're all like speaking in
And
hushed
that's the
tones.
thing, is they are.
No, here's
Yo,
I really need to say this in hushed tones. It's like, all the women that I interact with in my work life, in my personal life, it's like, oh man, like and of course I am too. I'm like aging ungracefully, and I'm just getting more beat as the days go on, mostly because of these, But it's like, man, I'm like, gosh, you were the thing that I, was just like seeking out as a young buck. So it's perfect. Not that I'm like fucking doing anything, I'm just like looking at these things, having perverted thoughts in my mind, but yeah. It's tough.
No, I'm seeing someone that's like in their late 40s, 50s, and 60s. I mean, I'm back somewhere with my back with my ex-woman. She's fine looking. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck y'all doing this shit? Fucking 55 and still
Better
looking
living
like
through modern chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, those 50 or 50s, mid 50s, early 60s women, when I was coming up in school and they were the teachers, they looked like they were 90.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't.
I do feel like that's a bit. And here we are, 4 beat old men talking about
Mhm.
how women look and everything.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a part of just like how they how anyone presents themselves and like how much effort you put into
Right.
how you go and show yourself to the world, and I think that's a big part of it, man.
We know more about nutrition. We know more about we know more about everything now. And you know, and same with the guys. You can see 50, 60-year-old men that are in better shape than I was at 18 that are just, you know, they don't look like they aged at all. And it could be cosmetic stuff. It could be surgery. It could be just the fact that nutrition, we know more about nutrition and exercise and everything else. And they're just doing that. And, you know, maybe shooting up a little TRT and a little steroid. But, you know, we get that way when we get older.
Better living through modern chemistry.
Very much.
Yeah, boy.
Well, you need some HGH.
What do you mean?
It's right here.
Yeah.
This is androgel. It's testosterone 1.62% because I'm 46 and that shit don't pop up like it used to.
Mine's
It just
still good with
you know,
her. And
it
she's
just don't.
55. She's 55, mixed with Indian and Mexican. And
55.
yeah,
Young buck, man.
it just is like what it is now. Because
Walter's he's flying his airplane right now. Yes.
no, it's just some of these young females they're not mature enough.
No.
I don't want to fuck with them. That's just some of them that's in their 30s. I don't want to fuck with them. You ain't
I
mature.
got mine, and she's just how I like her, and I don't want to try a new one.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing to think of, man. Just imagine Nick, and then mostly you, Nick, just imagine just like something happens, you're just thrust back into that world, man.
Oh, Jesus.
There's like apps and shit like now, like I feel like it's gotta be
I'd
easier,
move
right?
to Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
That'd be it. I'd move to Vegas.
I feel like
and
being in Florida's
save my
gotta be
pennies
pretty.
for a fucking brothel once a month.
Yep. That's the move.
Because there's
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah,
no
I feel like
fucking way that I
Yeah.
could deal with fucking modern dating.
Well, yeah, and that too, and that like imagine like thinking about like putting up with someone else, even
Yeah.
like in that way. Like I feel like if you just get out and like just fucking get it off once in a while, and I feel like it's enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's enough to, especially if you're older and you kind of know what you like and just don't want to be bothered, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. I'm only 30.
No, I'll go see Air Force Amy for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she still around?
Hey,
God, I hope she is.
Sam, you're only 34 and you got 4 man, dude.
34.
34 and you got 4
Right.
kids, dude.
Yeah,
that's
he was
perfect
quick
for
like
you right
Bunny.
now. You're set, and you don't. Even
Yeah,
realize
that's exactly. Yeah, and I'm done having kids for sure. So even if
Yep. I
you
got
know,
snipped.
God
I wasn't having it.
something were to happen, yeah.
I fucking got snipped, man. I'm not doing it.
I tell you what, man. Like,
I had
ever
2
since
girls and I was done.
Yeah, ever since I did it, that was a big stress reliever, man. Because I was always a thing, just hanging over my head, like fuck,
Yeah.
man. Like what it, not that like it's, but it's something. It's something. It's something.
dude, you could Sam, you was no more than a damn baby
Just-
machine.
it-
But
yeah, it
man,
just
I
causes-
applaud you for it. You
It
got
causes uncertainty and
dude.
I-
thank you.
Like you know obviously way better than me, but like each one like multiplies it by a different factor, man. Like,
yeah, for sure, because they're all different, man. And we got the boys, and it's funny, man, because like the boys as babies were just a breeze. They were so good, slept well and everything. And Jackie and I thought for the longest time, because we went 5 years before we had our next one. It's like, man, we're just good parents. We just got this shit down. We got lucky and hadn't got pregnant in that time, and then we had Billy, and she was just from the moment she came out just the fucking devil, dude. And I love her, man, but she was just a difficult kid from the moment she arrived, man. And I was like, fuck, we don't know what we're doing, and we had to figure it all out. And I went through. I mean, we've been through some shit, Jackie and I, but like mentally, that might have been like one of the most difficult times of my life, because it wasn't one flash event, and then you kind of deal with the aftermath. It was just a sustained, like, probably 3 months of just every day is just a new adventure, and just like that particularly just made me go crazy. And then she got older and things got easier, and then she was only 8 months old, and we found out we were pregnant again with my youngest. And then after he came, River is his name. He just turned a year old now, but best baby ever, man.
Wait. How many kids do you got? You got 4, right?
That's my fourth one. That's my fourth one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then so he was born in March. I got snipped last June. So after he came around, then we were like, because we were gonna do it after we had Billy. Now, we didn't, just because we were in between houses and it just timing didn't work. But if we did, we wouldn't have had little baby River. So it would have been. I mean, we wouldn't have known about that in the past. I can only say that in hindsight. But
Right.
so the universe had a plan for us, and he's the best baby ever, and he's everybody's favorite. And but yeah, definitely done after that. And then it's nice because even after he was born, man, like in between the time where I got stiff, we had like 2 scares, man. I remember like the day. It was like someday early last summer. I'm like out there grilling hot dogs for dinner. I'm just looking up at the fucking sky, like, God, come on, man. Like, just give me a break. Jackie, she had to go. She like went and got a pregnancy test in there. Like, it was like that close. And then, it was negative. And
Dude,
like,
what the fuck, man?
Yeah. And
Wait. Is your wife older than you, or are you older than her?
She's 1 year older.
Oh, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? You two are set for life, man.
Yeah.
Gonna take care of y'all, man. I mean, how old was the oldest one?
9.
Oh, dude, and you're 34, and that dude. Let's see, he gonna, dude. Oh, he's set, dude. He is set because he gonna be a teenager before you know it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
And you're gonna be in your early 40s when that shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing of it is, you better pray and hope that he doesn't adopt that gene that you got.
It's funny. Each one of them is you to a certain degree,
Yep.
but in different ways. What were you about to say, Nick?
Yeah, but like you guys were saying, like, your first 2 were like the easiest babies ever. That was Cal, man. Like when we got him home that first night, he slept through the night.
Yeah, like you almost think
Lucky
like,
you.
is there something wrong with them?
Yeah, and then oh God, just as he got older, man, just that bullhead, boy. Woo!
Well, and it's the more they are like you, the more that it just flips your switches of like just going into just like the rage, man. And I get mad at Sonny, and he's my oldest because I expect so much out of him, right? But then I get more mad at Eli because like he just does all the same shit that I did when I was a kid, and like still to an extent do now. Of just like I don't know what it is. He's really shy around people. Like he's just like socially aware, like in such a way, like we'll be at Target and somebody will say something that's like, out loud to whoever they're with, and it's like weird and corny and goofy, and it's like he just gets all of it. And like we'll hear something like that, and like we'll immediately just like make eyes at each other, and then like he just like I don't know, he just gets it all, man. And then it's like even with the baby, when we had him the first night, kind of like how Nick was saying, we're in the hospital, and we fed him, and he's just sleeping 5-6 hours at a time. And I said to Jackie, I said, hey man, like when we had Billy, weren't we already like trying to give her a binky and like tilting the bassinet because she might be gassy? And she's like, yeah. And I said, and I like from then on, I was like, okay, I think he's gonna be like an easy baby, But Sonny Walter, you mentioned this, he's gonna be set. He is, and it's like because of some shit that happened with him early on. Like that dude's gonna have like a bunch of money coming his way, like when he turns 18.
Dude, I've seen the video of him like running. He's got that energy. I'm like,
yeah, like he's gonna like literally, and it's like that is something that we are happy about but dreading, because like how do you manage that as you get older, and like your kid just literally gonna be set for
dude,
life.
Get him. You better get him into sports.
Oh, he is, man. He does everything. I got their plan with sports lines up with my plan for work. I work at this middle school. I teach there. I coach wrestling there. all my kids will go through the same school, and I'm going to do that until River is through middle school, and then I'll reevaluate and see what I want to do.
So
but I'll at least
when
be
they get
there for
older,
another.
listen, man, my girls are 21 and 22. They're 13 months apart. Same parents.
Irish twins, man.
Irish twins. Yeah, same parents, raised the same. Now, my youngest daughter, Katie, she is in a private business school, and she did her internship with the New York Giants. I mean, she's
nice.
She's
man.
on her grade point average is like a 4.2. She's just doing amazing things.
Fucking dog, dude.
Then I look over at my oldest daughter, Raven, on her Instagram. She's funneling beer at the bar.
Yeah,
she's dancing on top of the bar. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Where did I go wrong with one or the other? I don't know. It's like she took a little bit of this,
dude,
a little bit of that.
It's like nothing. It's not like you can't, and I'll hope I'm not speaking out of school here, Nick, but I know like Nick called me, and I think must have been last summer.
Yeah.
And we were talking about something, and I said, don't think it's a reflection of your parenting.
Yeah.
Which is just to say, like,
huge thing to learn is that
yeah.
As much
they're gonna be who they're gonna be, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you want to control everything like for them, you can't.
Yeah,
the hardest thing to do is to give up that control, but the best thing to do is to give up that control. You have to let them decide who they're gonna be.
Sure. It's like you can only have but so much, man. And we had even with Sonny recently, where like we had to have some like hard conversations, and funny enough, it's sports related. Which, and I told him, like at the end of the day, like how you do on in this instance, it was this baseball team. Like it doesn't matter. Like you're not gonna change the world or anything like that. But like you're learning habits that you like, and this is what I believe, like as someone who like did sports and everything like that. I coach it now. Like I'm like, you're going to learn like the habits that you have now are going to apply to when you go like into the workforce and all this stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, like, like what you put into something matters and toughness matters and all this and that, man. But yeah, it's just like, it's at the end of the day, it's a fucking crapshoot, dude. Like,
yeah. There's so many things.
Why do you think I said what I said, man? Dude, your kid has a energy, man. And the thing of it is, dude, the way he ran, he should be a wide receiver playing football.
Yeah, I know.
Little fucker, that little, no offense, but that little fucker fucking ran. I'm like, dude, he needs to be playing fucking football, dude. He's got that speed.
Yeah. We're about to say, Nick.
I forget.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is like he's so much like me. He's so much like Kate, but he's his own person too. And it
should scare you.
It's crazy because just like looking at him, it's like looking in the mirror when I was a teenager. But like what stares back, isn't the same. It's really different.
It's funny too because it's like I'm hoping that like I tell my kids some stuff that's like maybe it's not age appropriate, but like my parents were so much older than me, so like my parents are old. Like I have a brother who's 52.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's probably closer to 55. So like when I was old enough to be my dad, like, and it's not even a stretch, like. So my parents are old enough to be my grandparents. My dad was born in 1945.
Mm-hmm.
It's like super old. So like they weren't like kind of telling me that like I feel like real world like knowledge that I needed. So I got that all from my brothers. Like it's not like I was like wanting for that, but like I just didn't get that from them. So like for my kids, I feel like I'm the one who has to be like, this person said this to you, like. It's so it's kind of it's just a little different than like how I was raised, I guess.
You tell them this when they go to college. You tell them this. This is the wisest advice you can tell them. When it comes to drugs, just take half. See if you like it, and then in a little while, take the other half. Because that's real world shit. You're not going to say no all the time.
Yeah. That's right, man. So and that's the thing. Like Jackie and I talked about that. Like telling them, like if you're drinking, don't drive. We'll come pick you up. Or whatever. But I'd kind of like to just be like, I don't know. They'd hang out at all the kids would hang out at my house. But
it was the dummest thing when we were kids. With it drilled into us from the time we were in grade school. Don't drink, don't do drugs. And the smartest thing was, if you're gonna
Nancy
drink,
Reagan,
just
man.
call me instead. Don't
I know.
try.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
gonna
know.
happen. It happens to
Hey,
everybody.
I got a question for Sam. You
Yeah.
being a teacher and all, I got one question because I don't see it out here where I'm out here at, but out there by you, do you see any dare vehicles out there by you? Don't do drugs.
Yeah, no, we do like they have like a dude at our school who's like he's like the dare officer, and they still do it up through I think my school's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I think they still do it through 6th grade.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a thing. And then when I worked in elementary school in St. Louis, they had it there for the 5th graders, I think. So yeah, it's still a thing.
Okay.
Not that it works, man. It's credit to Dare for like teaching me in 1st grade what fucking crack was. Like I didn't know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I got
I
a
had, like,
full
yeah.
education on what I wanted to try
and I remember,
later.
like there's like,
Exactly.
I got a full education.
there's that Dave Chappelle
Tyrone Briggums.
yeah that talks about that. I'm like, yeah. Because I don't know. I remember like being in 1st grade. I remember like where I sat in the classroom. Like, hey, I remember this stuff. But like he's like, and then there's crack cocaine. It's like this old head, school counselor or whatever was talking. I'm like, this is wild, dude.
Well, we got lied to a lot too because they would tell us that marijuana is just as bad as cocaine. It's just as bad as this.
No,
And then they made up this fantasy of you're going to come across a stranger who's going to offer you drugs. I've never had a fucking stranger. I've had my friends offer me drugs. I've had relatives offer me drugs.
You still hear that today, Dave, like with like Halloween candy and shit. Like,
right? I'm not giving up my drugs.
Show me the houses. Putting drugs.
Edibles are too expensive for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna do some little bit of breaking news on that. If you know, that crack cocaine was never meant for the white suburban area. It was meant for the black community.
Sure was.
And that's what's
what's his name, Nick? Lawrence Fishburne?
Actually, no. Hey, no, I'm saying it was by KRS-One said something about it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
KRS-One.
Boom bap original rap.
Profit.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he is. That's basically what it was because back then the drug went from LA to out here to Illinois to. And I'm glad I've never done that shit. I'm glad.
Yeah. No, I'm
glad.
The same thing I see. I've seen people on that meth shit. What the fuck?
Yeah,
it's bad.
Meth, you get a lot of, you get a lot of meth. Well, I guess you did in the
Florida.
It's probably more just fentanyl. Honestly, like here, but like it was meth. Here, it's a weird place where I live. Like it's on my side of the river. Like it's the St. Louis area. But where I am, you have a mix of like the St. Louis metro, like East St. Louis is close. It's 10 minutes if you go one way. But then like if like my town's kind of in the middle, so if you go 10 minutes the other way, it's like very rural. So then you get like all those meth heads and whatnot. But it's funny growing up, man. I never did drugs or anything. I drank, but my two of my older brothers, and they got their shit together now. But like they were just such fuckheads and idiots and didn't do sports and they just smoked weed all the time. And I was like, I just don't want to be like that. Like they just seem like fucking losers,
thing,
man.
Yeah. Like
couldn't hold down a job. Like
right.
Seeing both parents be alcoholics and what they did to their kids, and just how bad it was, and that being the primary drug of that household.
Yeah, man. And that's I mean, I got
It's gonna lead to you being sober or you being a drunk. There's no in between.
Dude, yeah.
I'm an alcoholic in the fact that I binge drink.
You're not.
I'm sure I am too. I'm sure
months and months,
Yeah.
and then just all of a sudden I'll down a fucking handle of goose in a night just for no reason.
Yeah,
but exactly,
it's weird.
you're
Like,
an alcoholic though. When I don't even see it, you drink and smoke. You're not like that.
Yeah, but that is a type of alcoholic. A binge drinker is an alcoholic.
There's a lot of it, man. It's fun. I mean, if you watch an episode of this show, you'd be like, "Oh, Sam was one," because I pop 6 beers while we're doing this.
Dude, man, popping 6 beers ain't shit. popping the
I see that.
Hey, not to me, big dog.
Walt talk all this stuff, but he'll get drunk under the table.
Hey, listen,
Ice House, baby.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Walt's the dog, man. I've known Walt a long time.
No, I mean, no, I'm just being real bold though, because when I was young, I had some anger issues with alcohol. It's a lot of shit that happened to me while I was young came on out, but now it's like, dude, I ain't even smoking marijuana. Because when that marijuana kicks on in, you're fucked. You're fucked up.
Dude, yeah. So it's funny, man. And I was talking about, I didn't smoke weed until I was in college, and I did not like. And I still to this day, I do not like the way it makes me feel, man. It makes me feel out of control. Like not like I'm going crazy, but like I get paranoid. I don't like that. I feel like for real, man. And I feel like there's like I don't know how to explain it. I just feel very uncomfortable.
Hey, the one thing I learned about smoking, we smoked the blunt. The one lesson I learned was smoke a Newport and mellows it down.
We're saying it's like I could smoke, but I'd have to be just sitting in this basement alone. And at that point, what's the fucking point? You know, what's the point? And for me, and I'm not saying everyone's like that, but that's just like my reaction to it. Never liked it. But you know, if I'm drinking, I feel like and I've said on the show before, I'm just very fortunate that I'm not like an angry drunk or like I don't black out easily or anything like that. Like I can just drink and I get more drunk, but like I don't act a fool or anything. Like
the thing with weed, like weed now is so fucking strong compared to weed when I was doing it in 92, 93. You know, one, you could barely get weed, and if you did, it was this brick-packed stuff that came in.
Oh, yeah, it's mostly seeds and stems.
Yeah, full of seeds and stems. But now, and it was probably, you know, I don't know the percentage, but it's probably, I don't know, 8%. Now it's like 30, 40%. And that shit, I tried some not too long ago. And just a couple of hits. I'm like, yeah, no big deal. We used to smoke blunts on the fucking daily. And I was so high that I thought because our power went out, I thought my high made us lose electricity.
That's me, dude. Yeah, that's like me, man. And the last time I did it, we were in Oakland for my brother was getting married, and we spent the week out there, and we were just going out one day, and my brother, one of my older brothers, like, hey, he's got a blunt, and I said, yeah, fuck it, let me hit it, and I did, and we were going out to eat after I was getting breakfast at this diner. I'm like, fuck, dude. And it's like I felt like I was like, just like, how do you act normally, right? Because it's a tough thing for me. Like, I'm like, fuck, I feel like I was like my best description is I'm just like doing an impression of myself. What would Sam say in this situation? And I just don't like it. It just doesn't fit with my body chemistry, I guess.
No, hey, you know why you don't like it? Because you ain't used to it. That's basically.
No, I don't want to be used to it though.
No,
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Because I was the same way there too. But if I smoke me a blunt or get high, I'm gonna have me a Newport. I was always told you smoke a Newport, it's gonna mellow it back, high down.
Can't add that to my life, man.
No,
can't do that.
I don't know. I personally like everything I can get cannabinoid wise.
Yeah. Blitzed here, man. You guys
I've had some I feel like gummies are that's probably what Nick in the last 6 years that those have been a thing, and then also like readily available. I've done a few of those, and those are better, but they also just me personally, that shit, I get the munchies so bad.
Yeah. And
dude, I cannot be eating like that. I'd be if I did it and just pigged out, like I'd be 400 pounds, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel the same way. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It fucks me up to this day. Like when I don't think you went to TFCon in Chicago, but I know Nick was down there. And when I went, man, dude, I smoked some weed.
Yeah, Sam was there. That was the time Rob came.
Yeah, I had that damn drink that Addict had, and therefore I finally ate. And that's my first time trying the weed gummies. Man, dude, we're all the way upstairs in the fucking hotel, Sam. And I'm looking up at the floor like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall through this bitch. I'm gonna fucking die. I was fucking paranoid. Like, I'm gonna die in my fucking own city. And these motherfuckers.
This is my own.
This is my own fucking city. I'm gonna fucking die here, dude. I was so fucked up, man. And I ain't never been that fucked up there before. When they brought in that drink was good, but it's like, man, what the fuck did you put into it? Yeah. The fuck you put into it?
That was a thing for a few of those.
I'm like, dude. And they're for the gummies there too. That gummies, that shit kicked it in. You think it is regular fucking gummies?
Nope. Man, I love making like super strong edibles because
yeah, that's what it was, edibles.
My tolerance at this point is where like I have to switch like every week what I'm doing between like, you know, my inhalation. If I'm doing shatter one week, I have to do butter the next week, crumble the week after that. You know, just switching around what chemicals, you know, of the weed I get and shit. So like it is a huge science experiment now.
Yeah.
So on June 25th, you guys might not see me for a couple of weeks. So June 25th, I'm going in for back fusion surgery. One of three. They're fusing each side of the low spine, and then up the middle, they're doing L5 through S1. So I'm gonna end up with 3 total surgeries. And right now,
Lou. Rough, dude.
Hey, Lou.
What's up, Lou?
So I might be I might be absent for a couple of weeks. I don't know if I'll be able to sit up in my chair and do this. I'll probably be in bed. But right now, they're giving me some very strong fucking pills, right? And I'm being very cautious with them because I don't want to be.
What'd they give you, man?
Morphine.
Oh, boy.
Morphine, 30 milligram morphine tablets.
There you go.
These guys, these little purple bastards right here. And I'm being extremely careful. I'd rather sit after work in pain for several hours than to continue to take one every time I feel bad. I don't want to be a statistic on the fucking chart that says he went down to opiates, but at the same time, I fucking need them.
Yeah, that's a balance, man. Because I was watching, and Nick, I'll speak quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching this Ken Burns documentary about the Roosevelts, like, and talking about FDR and like with having polio and everything like that. Dude was like just in constant pain. That's like, so there is obviously like a trade off and a balance between, just being miserable 24/7 and being able to manage that, and then also like the state stepping in and being like, nope, these medicines are unavailable because certain people abuse them, and it's a tough thing.
So like that's my thing is I currently take no psychiatric meds. I currently take no pain meds.
Good.
So
it's smart. The stuff that stuff will kill
like
you.
that's the thing is like I went to a guy down here and they're like, your next step if you can't get relief from everything is you go to a pain clinic. And like I told Kate, I don't want to be a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
But it's looking more and more that's the way I'm gonna have to go because I can't get like the physical therapy I need and like it's a big mess. Everything is like
and that's nuts, something that like and I'm like I said I don't do drugs. I've had experiences with like pain medication specifically, and go out of here. Sorry.
Go on,
That's
get
all
out.
right. That's all right.
And it was a situation where it's like I would just say that I flew too close to the sun, and luckily came out of it okay. And this was in the past 5 years or so, man. And,
you're lucky you did, and I'm glad you did. You came.
But it's like I could absolutely, whenever someone does, or I do hear like people are saying they're addicted to this or that, I'm like, yeah, I get it, because it shit just makes you feel fucking incredible.
You know why people get addicted to it? It fucking works.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I mean, it's it's unreal. You take a a Percocet, and it's like every single one of your problems just goes away, and you don't feel drunk, you don't feel inhibited in any way, but like you just feel incredible. It's like
I'm on the verge of 3 back-to-back spine surgeries, and I can take one of these things, and a half an hour later, Yeah, we can clean the house. We're cool. We're good.
Yeah, you get up and
All
fucking mow the
right.
grass or
You know,
whatever.
let's take
Like,
the dog for a walk. Let's fucking go. You know, because they work. They simply work.
Yeah.
yeah, they work, and it is like it's like a bridge almost of just being like, you know, you don't have to deal with this. And that's not the best metaphor, but like it's just like a skip button, but it doesn't like make it go away. Like it just gets you through it, you know.
Well, I'm being very, very mindful of my intake of them, and not to start enjoying them because I don't want to go down.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want that fight. I don't know.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen too many people go down with that. You know. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just saying I had a PRN fucking prescription for Percocets when I lived in Pennsylvania. I was on the fucking 10s with no fucking acetaminophen because of my knees, and like I didn't have a problem like when I went to another doctor and he said you can't have these anymore. But if it was a stimulant for whatever reason, with downers I can take whatever. Yeah. I have like a huge tolerance for downers, but like stimulants, it's crazy because like I start to laser focus, and I'll like, it's bad.
That was my. I've ever been addicted to a downer. Really, alcohol. I love, you know, if that's a downer, but otherwise, cocaine's what got me, and that's a supreme upper. Actually, it got me, boy. I mean, it was the white devil, and I was making enough money playing in the band every weekend. You know, several $100s, where I didn't have to dip into any money that I was saving from work. I could just spend all of that 8-ball Friday, 8-ball Saturday, try to recover Sunday so I could work Monday. And that went on for years, to the point where now I needed 2 8-balls just to get up. And at that point, I was like, okay, we got to stop. This is it. You know, it's not even fun anymore.
And I think we talked about that briefly, like being around it just like all the time is man, it's like you got to get to a lot of those environments, dude. Yeah. And that's like a big part of it, where it's like it's almost to the point like if you're like if you look at your situation, you're like, I can't get out of this environment, it's like don't even bother trying to stop, like, because it's just gonna be damn near impossible, man.
It was a nightmare.
And that was, you know, I was talking about like just fucking, you know, waking up hungover on a Sunday and having to work that day shift at the bar or whatever, and being like, you know, let me just drink through this. But then like there'd be certain days I'd be like, it'd get to the point where I'm like, all right, I just need to leave here at 5 and not be blacked out. You know, like, it's like I didn't even care how much money I made. Like if I did that, it'd be a good day. And it's like, yeah, shit gets out of hand, man. But again, you're just, but when you're just around it, man, like it's just almost impossible, you know.
With the exception of, you know, all of them can kill you with the exception of weed. I don't think, you know, you can smoke as much as you want. You probably have to eat like a truckload of edibles to kill you. You don't get high enough to think you're going to die, but nobody ever does, right? But with these other stuff we're talking about, opiates and coke and these other things, enough of that shit, and it's like lights out. Dude. Alcohol too, and it's fucking lights out. There's no coming back from it.
Do you know how they said that weed kills?
I found that in grade school and shit. They would tell me that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the reason why is because from rat fucking like experiments, what they would do is they would put the fucking rats in a vacuum chamber. And instead of air, they would pump in fucking weed smoke. Well, anything that you fucking burn is a motherfucking carcinogen.
It's a carcinogen, yeah.
So yes, the rats fucking started dying and fucking coming up with cancer. What the fuck do you expect?
Right. Overdosing with something like that, of course it's going to.
That's funny, yeah.
But I mean, now with weed, it's going to be rescheduled.
Has to be. Absolutely has to be. Well, it can't be in the same schedule as heroin, man.
Too, because a lot of the places just did like the YOLO, decriminalize everything, are now kind of like turning back on that, because like, it's because they're honestly like if I'm on, you know, and I don't live in a city, right? Yeah. Like where I'd see this, but if I'm on like a subway car and the guy next to me is high on weed and they're like, oh, he just smoked a blunt, I don't think anything differently of it, but they're like, oh, this dude just did like a shit ton of crack, and I'm like, okay, like, and like it's like it's weird because like it does depend on the vice. Like there are different ways that presents themselves. Like I know there's this street in Philadelphia. I think it's either like Kensington or Lexington or something like that, where like people just go through and just film it, and it's like the fucking zombie apocalypse, dude. Like
Dude,
literally, like people just fucking like standing there like 3/4.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen those. I've seen those.
just like veg the. And I'm like, dude, I don't want that. Like where I live, like I have kids, dude. Like
I'll
what
be
do
honest.
like,
Like the L.A. and San Francisco shit,
San
I thought
Francisco.
I thought that was all just like Republican talking points until
No,
like,
it's
I
terrible,
I
dude.
started
Yeah.
seeing the footage.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
it's
is
terrible, man.
fucking insane.
Yeah, my brother. So like I mentioned, I went to my brother's wedding. He lived in Oakland, and he's like, oh yeah, like because he had 2 kids or he had 1 kid at the time, and he had his second kid, and then they moved. He's like, we got to get the fuck out of here, man, because he was like, oh, there's this playground that we used to take our daughter to, but like, there's like, we would walk by and there'd just be like 4 dudes, just obviously like just so high on drugs, man. It's just like so prevalent there, and yeah, like that shit's real. Like, and it's you know, if you're like really political, it's inconvenient. You know, if you're like a person on the left or whatever, but like you can't pretend it's not real. Like it's real. Like seeing that shit, it's fucking terrible. Like I couldn't imagine raising a family there, especially when you pay so fucking much to live in a place like that, just so you can not be able to go to a playground because everyone there is fucking passed out on drugs.
I couldn't imagine living in California with the tax, the income tax, the property tax,
the gas tax, dude. Yeah,
you're
gas tax.
And now you see the implementation that they're trying to put in because there's so many electric vehicles on the road that they're not getting that gas tax, so they're trying to tax electric vehicles for every like
just
30
like on
miles.
mileage. Yeah,
exactly.
It's ridiculous, man. It's so stupid.
It's California, baby.
You're just gonna get everyone to leave the state and
good. Let that fucker fall off into the ocean. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I
Same
mean,
thing with fucking
place.
Florida, man. I want fucking out of here.
Really? I loved it, but I was only down there for a week, so I can't really say anything.
I've never.
I was in Tampa for a week during Royal Rumble, so I was
like the
living
thing
it up.
is okay. Florida is advertised as fucking beyond Thunderdome, right?
It is, yeah, Florida man.
But no, what it is a repressive police state.
Oh shit! Okay.
And that's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, yeah, we're free. Yeah, you can run around and, you know, have your coal-burning fucking trucks that throw smoke out and shit. But, like, we have some real problems down here. Like, you guys want to talk about, like, zombies and shit. If any of you ever come down here and want to see, I'll take you on 19 in Pasco. And every 5 miles, there are just hookers everywhere, fucking strung out like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Good hookers? Sorry.
No, oh no, we're talking gummers because they don't have to take anything out.
Okay, well that's not that bad. My buddy once told me he married his wife because she could take out her teeth. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not a bad thing. I'm just fucking around. Go ahead.
But no, like yeah, the homeless problem around here is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen anything like it. I've lived in Pennsylvania, I've lived in Virginia, I've lived in Massachusetts.
Hey, look, no, I don't think I've ever seen a homeless person up here because you don't want to be homeless in northern Michigan. You fucking don't. You don't want to be here.
Yeah, we don't have
negative 30 degrees comes in, you know, and you ain't got nowhere to go. You're dead. So I don't see it around here.
Dude, that's the same thing with down here. You never know it.
They got fucking homeless camps here. There's a fucking documentary about a county down here. I think it's Polk County, where that crazy ass sheriff Grady Judd is.
Oh yeah, I've seen this video.
They said Grady. Oh shit, his name is Grady.
Yeah, Grady Judd.
You know
what it's about is they've created like this zone where it's like an RV park where it's nothing but sex offenders.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it's insane.
Crazy,
I would have to look up exactly what it is, but it is. There's a county in Florida.
I think Polk is right. I think you're right because I seen that video of him up there talking.
Yeah, and he's nuts anyways. But like people love him down here because he fucking talks that talk.
When I was a kid, Florida was, the Sunshine State where everyone went to retire because it was so beautiful. Now that I'm a grown adult, all I see is videos of alligators eating children and zombies walking.
Yeah, well, I think there's been like
shit.
Yeah, there's been like a big flight of companies from places like California to Florida and Texas. I think that's just mostly due to taxes.
Yeah,
I think it's just cheaper.
There's no state tax in Florida.
Yeah, cheaper to operate, and also like a place like Houston is just a massive city because it's easy to build housing there. So like you don't have that like homeless situation there because like housing's just generally cheap, and if you make it easier to build places, it just tends to that like housing situation tends to just work itself out.
Well,
but I think
Nick,
California would be like the opposite of that. Like,
I want to ask you something, Nick, because Florida was also the place that, and I don't know if it was exactly true or not, but they were the place of the pill mills, right? They had they were just giving away these opioids. Did that have, in your opinion, did that have a huge effect on what's going on now?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I lived in Virginia, I lived right next to Pulaski County also. And one time before Florida was the pill capital of the United States, Pulaski County was.
Okay.
And it's just knowing what to look for and looking down here, it blows what happened in Pulaski County away. And they lost at least 2 to 3 generations of people in that county. Like it's insane. It's like a pandemic happened. Like
I read
the 1918 flu.
I read some of the information about it where these pill mills that popped up, these pain clinics or whatever they referred to themselves as, they weren't tied to each other's network. So you could stop at this one, get 100, stop at this one, get 100, stop at this one, get 100. You could just go down the list of 15 or 20, get like 2,000 pills a month, and now it ends up killing them after a few months.
Yeah.
And then if it don't kill you, you're extremely addicted, and now you got to substitute it with heroin or whatever else.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like you get your fix as long as your insurance will pay for it, and you can pay for it. And when you can't, you go and you get heroin, you get fentanyl on the street, you get what you need. And
then you rob and you steal and you take because you gotta feed the monster. You gotta feed the dragon, bro.
And like people talk about like that is one of the biggest myths ever, that weed is a gateway drug, because if you like when you talk about it, alcohol is the gateway drug.
100% alcohol was it for me. It was not weed. You were absolutely correct.
And so just like the conversations that we have about substances in this country are totally fucking sophomoric, because of whatever puritanical fucking ideals people have about drugs. I mean, like
it's almost taboo to talk about when it should be talked about more.
Yeah. And like that's what I was trying to say that I forgot when we were talking about alcohol. The thing that I've done with my kid, because like I said, I have alcoholics on both sides of my family, and I feel like I'm an alcoholic also. So I don't want that for him. So what I've done is that kid can try anything. Like when I have a drink, hey Dad, I haven't tasted that before. Can I have a sip? Absolutely, son. This is exactly what this is. This is not going to be good. This is going to be sweet, whatever. Yep. You know, I demystify it. I don't want there to be any mystery about alcohol. I don't want there to be any mystery about drugs. Like, I'm not saying that I'm doing drugs with my kid, because I am not.
No, but you're teaching them. Yeah. There's a difference. You know, there's a difference in doing drugs to kids and educating them on what it really is to be this. That's why, I told my kids.
Yeah, that's like there's something to that, man. I know, like, my son Sonny was like asking me about like cigarettes or something. I said, dude, like every time like I would smoke one, like I would want to vomit, which is like, I'm not making that up to get him to not do them. Like, that's just the truth. Like, I just, every time I smoke, I'm like, whoa, right. Either like right then or soon after. But he was like, you smoked? And I said, yeah, I tried it like as a younger person, which like, if I was still doing it now, it's not like I'd be able to, I mean, just whatever. I'd just be bumming cigarettes at the bar, like nothing crazy. But I would, it's like that. That's like my reaction to it. So like, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna try it at one point, and
I got
he
when I was
has the same reaction.
I didn't smoke, but when I got into ninth grade and I joined I wrestled from 5th grade on. When I got to ninth grade and I joined with the high school wrestling team, the seniors all came in with Kodiak. They're like, if you're gonna wrestle, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was same. Yeah,
it was.
I did that. Yeah,
all the
I did that,
wrestlers
like,
did it. So I did it for 20 years after that, and fucked up these teeth so bad because of it,
dude.
That I use these to get off of that, and I'm almost done with these, and then I'll be clear.
I did that for about 10 years, Dave. Like, and again, that's same thing. Wrestling, that was just what everybody did.
It's
like the seniors, what they'd come, like they'd go get a log.
Yeah,
from the gas station where it's like
rolls of tins.
Yeah, and they just you throw them $5, they just pass them out, and I did that even into college a little bit, like only when I was working, like if I'd work like a closing shift, which like the bar closed at 3 a.m. Like I'd like do that just like in the last couple hours, just like get me through it or whatever. If I wasn't like just partying,
I had the point, man, where I didn't need a spitter. I just put it in and I was done, and that was it. I didn't need to.
I would get there's certain ones. So like with just if it was just dip, like just like long cut skull, something like that, I wouldn't. I got to a point, but if it was like Red Man, like every once in a while I'd be like, oh, let me get some fucking like Red Man, just straight up like chewing tobacco.
The leaves, the big leaf, yeah,
and like that, I'd have to have a spitter for that. But yeah, I mean, but even thinking about that, Dave, now I couldn't imagine doing that now. I'd be like,
I couldn't either.
Just the smell of it would,
it'd make me vomit.
Like I haven't smoked since BotCon in Jersey.
Smoked what? Cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
Okay, yeah.
And I still want one every single day.
Do you vape, Nick, though?
No.
Okay, so like
the only thing I smoke is weed.
Yeah, so I was like been listening to a lot and kind of hearing a lot about like places banning vape, even though like it's like a huge thing for like smokers to
quit.
To quit, and it's just way less dangerous. But like I think a lot of places like there's things like New York City like tried to ban it because like it appeals to kids and this and that. But like there's like a lot of kind of like I think like well-reasoned arguments of like it gets ex-smokers doing something that's better than smoking.
The other concern about vaping is popcorn lung.
It can happen with anything that comes in your lungs that's like that. It could be vape from a steam room. It could be anything, like that. It can cause it anytime there's anything that's a liquid base that goes into your lungs, you risk that. So you could sit in a steam room at a gym.
Yeah, like a sauna.
Same deal.
Yeah.
So
or just live in Florida when it's fucking muggy and humid. And
these ones that I get here, these are only 1% nicotine. They're the lowest I can get. So I started with
off, right, boy.
I started with 20s, and these are now I'm down to 1s. And once I'm done with this,
Kate's been on 3s for like 3 milligrams for like the past like 7 years and just won't make the step down.
Do it. It's worth it.
She's just staying there, and
you sweat a little bit for a while, but that's all right.
Whatever, whatever. I don't get.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. Because I feel like that's like you can't just ban something like that.
But the amount of weed I smoke, what the fuck am I supposed to say to her about a little fucking vape?
You can't. Do your thing. Right. We're all gonna die of something. Fuck it. We're not gonna get out of this bitch alive. So why not just do what you want to do?
Here for a good time, not a long time.
That's it, baby. I'd rather have a good time than a long time. I don't want to have those last. I don't want to live past 70 to have those 70 to 90 fucking years. Man, what laying in a bed in my own shit and not be able to do nothing. Fucking bullet in my head. I don't give a fuck. Leave me, I'm done. It's over. Call it a day. Man. I was here. I did my thing. I'm gone.
I came, the world will still spin. I conquered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so it's about almost 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and pop off here.
All right, boys. Thank you again for having me. I loved it. I always have fun with you guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Dave. Rock, thank you for coming, Walt. Sam.
Walter.
Love you, buddy.
Take care, guys.
All right. As I say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.